Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at something that no one really wants to be known as a sucker or a jackass or was been a hoodlum. And the biggest reality of this show is pretty much when it comes to politics, everybody's their friend, everybody's there to make their own money, and everybody's there to pretty much find ways to make the rich richer. So everybody plays a part in this, and the audience is us, basically. I say this because politicians think we're a bunch of rubes. They do. They think we are so stupid and gullible. And they prove themselves right almost every single time. I wish that was not the case. We're just day-to-day workers going to the country, trying to make better our families and everything else like that. Have 2.3 kids, house, mortgage, apartments, car, and a lot of debt. And everything centers around that. Everything we have to do with life centers around those key issues in our own lives. Trump got it right. I don't like giving him credit where credit's undeserving. He deserves to be ridiculed at every single shot whenever his name comes up. I think he deserves a lot of ridicule. He deserves to be ostracized. He deserves to be the scapegoat. That's pretty much what the presidency is, pretty much what it is. He thinks that the audience, us, should be supporting him instead of him supporting us. So, how does this thing called Kabuki theater work? Kabuki theater is, in my interpretation of it, I don't have an actual definition on me, is basically you have a masked face, and what you do behind the mask is anybody's guess. The mask is a symbolize of whether you're a good or bad person, usually. And what you do is you hide what your sole intention is. The sole intention is to fake people out. And the media trying to steer the narrative to what they want. Politicians fair weather as they are, I want to keep the status quo. And part of trying to keep the status quo is basically trying to keep each one of themselves aligned, but pretending to have disarray when there is no disarray, but trying to get everybody in line to get behind bills in which they want to make permanent sort of make them into law. So what they do is they fight amongst each other. Well, there's the two-party clash, and in which what they'll do is they'll throw something on the board and see what they kind of agree upon. And once that kind of list is kind of dwindled down, what is left is sort of like a watered down version of the original intent. I'll usually try to not put a lot of teeth in a bill that might bite the wealthy. Because God forbid you tax the wealthy. Ooh. That's the premise of what Kabuki theater is. What you may see is like arguing and fighting is basically a show, but its goal is to keep each other in line in Congress to have laws passed. And Lord knows what's going to happen in the next administration. Cut Trump some slack a little bit. Trump is no fool. He's a survivor. He just do whatever it takes to get his way. That's how powerful he is. You don't need to be a genius to figure out what's really going on. A lot of times people do not pay attention to news because they know it is Kabuki theater. It's the people who are the diehards who look into this and do some serious analysis stuff and say, this is what's going on. This is what's going to happen. This is another thing. At the end of the day, guess what? Trump is still the president of the United States. And everybody's going to be fine. The people on this side, the politicians, will say to the press that there's a civil war going on between the two parties, or somebody's not in line with our agenda. So what they do is they'll do whatever corrective measures is to get that person back on board. Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, three of the worst, even Jim Jordan, one of the worst in Congress. I don't know anybody else in there, but they have name recognition. And a lot of times when you have a lot of name recognition, they're going to look at the balance saying, who's this other guy? I know Matt Gaetz. I know Jim Jordan. I know Marjorie Taylor Greene. I know Lauren Boebert. But I don't know any of the other candidates. Those dark horse candidates. So, and Democrats do a half-assed job of trying to keep their people in line, because a lot of times that's the real genuine civil war on the left. I mean, seriously, the Progressive Party should be the ones that should be the middle road party that everybody should favor. But the people that are conservatively liberal tend to want to push the progressives out because they think we have to be more Republican friendly. If you're Republican friendly and the public sees it, why on earth we want why would we want a president that's clearly acting like a Republican in which he's supposed to be acting like a Democrat? So in other words, Republicans so right now my train of thought is somewhere else right now, but I just want to finish with this. Do not believe what the mainstream media says. Do not trust it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So if you were in the next 4 years, do not believe what the media says. It's going to be fake news all throughout. I'm just going to leave you with this. Stay away from Kabuki theater. Call your politicians. Write them